Massive moves at the NBA trade deadline, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. And we have three major moves that took place at the NBA trade deadline this year. And we're going to break down those three major moves and look at their implications for the rest of this season and forward into the future. The first trade we're going to look at is the San Antonio Spurs, who acquired De'Aaron Fox from Sacramento, in a three-way deal with Chicago, whereby Sacramento acquires Zach LaVine from Chicago, and this move means that San Antonio has now paired Victor Wembanyama, last year's Rookie of the Year and their cornerstone in their franchise. He will now be paired with De'Aaron Fox, and if you look at this pairing on paper, it looks straightforward. Wemby being the center, so now they have a dominant wing guy to go along with Steven Castle, the rookie that they drafted, and along with Chris Paul, the veteran point guard. He's there as well on the perimeter. My only concern for this trade for San Antonio is that I saw him play one game with the team so far, by the way, De'Aaron Fox, and in that game he attempted 22 shots, scored 24 points. However, my only disappointment was that he did not get to the free throw line, meaning that he was just settling for jump shots. And my only criticism of Wembanyama as a player is that I think he has relied too much on the three-point shot, not really taking advantage of his size. So it will be interesting to see how the Spurs work this going forward, if they're gonna require a Victor to go down low some more, which I really think they should. They need to design some more plays, especially on the pick and roll with him and Fox and Chris Paul as well, where they could get him going to the rim for more lobs, more shorter attempts closer in the paint, and get him to take less three-pointers. But overall, it should improve the Spurs. I had them as a playoff team going into this year, and I definitely think they will make the playoffs eventually. And also, they have the young rookie there. He's not playing badly. Steven Castle, he's showing a little bit of signs down there in San Antonio. There has been some instability in the coaching ranks down there with Pop, with his health reasons. So I think that is another thing that they might have to look into going forward. They might have to move away from Pop because, Wembanyama is a young guy. Bringing another young guy, Steven Castle, along with De'Aaron Fox, who is fairly young. So, you have a very young team there. So you need some stability in the coaching ranks going forward. But that is my initial thoughts on that trade. The second trade that I want to look on here is Jimmy Butler going from Miami to Golden State. Miami has now acquired Andrew Wiggins. And this is another very interesting move. As you know, Jimmy Butler was disgruntled there in Miami for a very long time. I like this trade for Golden State. I don't know if I really like this trade for Miami. As you know, Miami have a lot of tweeners, 6'8" guys, 6'6" guys, like Jaime Jaquez is the Duncan Robinsons, the Jovic. They have a bunch of guys that are tweeners, that require the ball in their hands. So it will be interesting to see how Andrew Wiggins fits in there. But you would assume that he will be a day one starter at the small forward position, but we'll see how that works out. He's now paired with Bam. Jaime Jaquez is down there along with Tyler Hero. Of course, you have Terry Rozier there, Duncan Robinson, a whole bunch of nice little pieces. So we'll see how Miami fits in. But as far as Golden State is concerned, I really like this trade for Golden State. As you know, Jimmy Butler, he's a very good two-way player. He plays on both ends of the court, very clutch, plays big time in the playoffs. He's a very good defender, as you saw a game recently with the Lakers and Golden State where LeBron James went off for 42 points. I think this will help to solidify their defense going forward. Not that Andrew Wiggins was a scrub, but I definitely think Jimmy Butler is an upgrade on both ends of the court. As a matter of fact, he's just an upgrade overall. And I think this will take a lot of pressure off of Steph, and it will give them a nice front court pairing in terms of defense with Draymond and Jimmy. So I really like this trade for Golden State. It's not a long-term trade, obviously, because you have a 35-year-old guy paired with a 37-year-old Steph. But for the short term, I think this could give them a little punch, give them a little oomph going into the playoffs. And who knows, maybe they could make the playoffs and make some noise. The final trade that I want to look at is the most talked about trade. It involved the Dallas Mavericks sending their cornerstone, their franchise player, Luka Doncic, a 5-team, first-team All-NBA player, a guy who led them to the NBA Finals last year. They sent him, very, very surprising move. This move was very shocking. They sent him to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. They also sent Max Kleber to the Lakers as well. So the Lakers now acquire Luka Doncic and Max Kleber. The Lakers also pulled off another trade where they brought in Young Thompson there from the Charlotte. That's a 7-footer. He's out of Duke. He's a lob guy, really. A lob guy, 7-footer. His defensive play is not very good, and he's also had some durability issues. So we'll see how he takes up. But as for the blockbuster trade, Luka Doncic, going to the Lakers. The Lakers have a history of acquiring generational talent, and this is certainly a generational offensive talent. As you know, on the offensive end, Luka can do it all. He's definitely an all-world offensive player. Has his limitations and his weaknesses on the defensive end. So we'll see how that aspects of it work out. But in terms of offensively, I don't think the Lakers will have any problem scoring the ball now. Pairing him with LeBron James and the other guys that they have down there, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves. The Lakers should definitely be able to put the ball in the basket. They also have been playing better defense since Jarred Vanderbilt got back in the lineup. So we will see if their defense will fall off once Luka takes the court. However, offensively, this team is going to be trouble. It's going to be hard to guard this team. You know what I mean? As far as the trade is concerned for the Dallas Mavericks, I really, really like the trade for Dallas as well. As you know, last year, Dallas made the finals. They lost in the finals to Boston on the strength of their inside play, along with dynamic play on the wing from Kyrie and Luka. They had the two-headed monster inside with Daniel Gafford and Blake Lively, and they really wreaked havoc in the Western Conference against folks like Minnesota and the Clippers. They really wreaked havoc. They really played great defense. So now you have Anthony Davis, who's joining that front court. So now they have a triple-headed monster with those three guys. And I really think that's going to mean that Dallas is going to be a very difficult team to score on. It also means that they improve their front court scoring, because while those guys were great defenders and also lob guys, most of their points basically came on offensive rebound putbacks and also lobs of pick and rolls with Luka and Kyrie. But they have a guy now in Anthony Davis that they could actually throw the ball inside to and gives them great punch on both sides of the court. So as you know, Anthony Davis is an all-world defender, one of the best defenders in the NBA. So and then offensively, he's a great player as well. So when you look at it with AD, Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson, it gives them a great nucleus going forward for the rest of this season. So I think Dallas is now a real threat. I think Dallas, before the season I had OKC coming out the West. But I think this trade has now improved Dallas. And who knows, it might have improved the Lakers as well and gave them the necessary oomph they need. My only concern for the Lakers is their step back defensively. But offensively, they're going to be better. And, so I think these two trades have really shaken up the West. And it will be very interesting to see how the West shakes out here going forward. But those are my thoughts on the three major trades that we had in the NBA. The All-Star game is coming up. So after the All-Star game, we will really get to see how these three trades affect the run towards the playoff and how these three teams eventually pan out in the end. So thank you for joining us. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and help us grow the channel. Till next time we meet. Peace. We're out.